Hello, my name is Charlene Garcia Sims, and I'm the Genealogy and Special Collections Librarian here at Rawlings. Today, we bring to you live one of our programs about Meso-American secrets within the ancient calendars, in this case, the Olmec and Mayan calendars. Our presenter, Eduardo Greigo Gonzalez, was born in Walsenburg and raised in Pueblo. He graduated from East High and received his Bachelor of Science degree at SCSC. Today, we know it as CSC Pueblo. Eduardo became interested in the Mayan prophecies and Olmec teachings when he had an encounter with a white wolf in Chimayo, New Mexico in 1991. His life changed forever, and it led him to Guatemala for many years to learn from two teachers he will tell you about. He was initiated as a counter of the days, Quiche on Camino del Fuego of the Quiche Maya in 2001 after walking the water path the year before. We are all in for a big treat as he presents on the metamorphosis of the caterpillar to the butterfly. And please feel free to make comments or ask questions. We'll try to answer them right after the presentation or after the program later on. So thank you very much. And Eduardo, take it away.
Hello, good to be with you today. It's really exciting actually to be live streaming to all of you wonderful people out there in Southern Colorado, probably all over the world at this point. Today's program is named the caterpillar to the butterfly, and it's really about the transformation of human consciousness that we're presently going through on planet Earth. The part that I guess I really want to emphasize is that us humans right now are facing a lot of interesting dimensions that are being created on our planet, I should say. And we're having to rethink a lot of our old patterns and change a lot of things that we have done for years and years. And we've got to get those things moved and changed and corrected so that every human being on Earth feels safe and secure and finds their balance. So today's program, again, is based on ancient teachings from the Olmec civilization, passed down generation to generation through the Maya, through the through the Toltec, through the Aztec, other peoples throughout Meso-America. And I think you'll find it really interesting. I want to basically say that being back in Pueblo, Colorado has been a real gift for me. Graduating from East High and then going to Southern Colorado State College and learning what I needed to learn in order to be an educated person taught me a lot about how to fit into the world. Now, what I think we have to do is remember how we human beings can transform into who we really are. The caterpillar to the butterfly was an interesting name, I know. The reason why I was interested in it is because it stimulates a concept of transformation that it took me a while to really understand. I want to give thanks to some people here. First, I'd like to thank the people of ancient Mesoamerica for creating such an amazing calendar system that we're really going to find out a lot of hidden information about today. I also want to thank the Pueblo City County Library and especially the people of the library system who've helped me do talks throughout the last years and for inviting me to come in and do one live today just to see as an example, a test, see how it works. I also want to give thanks to the PBS, to the Public Broadcasting System for a program on nature called Sex, Lies, and Butterflies. After I started doing this presentation, I wanted to learn as much as I could about butterflies, and this program just blew me away. There's information there, and we can put it, post it at the below this video later on when it's up on our playing site. I also want to give thanks to Neil Bromhall, a producer who shot some video of the emerging blue morpho butterfly. I'd like to also thank my teachers, Carla Cofino, sacerdotisa, and Tat Jose Coutinho Achki from Antigua, Guatemala. Another person that I'd really like to thank is Eileen Meyer. I refer to her now as the Cosmic Messenger, an author, speaker, and songstress, and her website is coyoparising.com. She inspired me to do this presentation when I heard a cosmic message that she delivered back in November of 2019 called Caterpillar or Butterfly. There'll be a link to go and listen to that later on at the end of this program. In addition to offering an amazing message to humankind to prepare for transformation at this time, that message also reminded me that I had produced a film with a friend of mine, Mazatzin, quite a few years ago about the sacred Tonal Mashli. Maestro Mazatzin spoke about the butterfly that's constantly poised over Mexico, Tenochtitlan, and Meso-America to give humans energy to transform. When I first heard him say that, I really didn't quite understand exactly what he meant. And when we created that program, a lot of it was not very professional. So today we're going to get a better picture of what we're really talking about, what he was talking about, and now what I'm talking about. The Meso-American calendar system was designed for planet Earth and for human beings at this particular time. Even though it was discovered in the Earth in 1790 in the Plaza Mayor in Mexico City by Pedro Guridi, I felt that there was a reason why it was hidden in the Earth for as long as it was, and then was rediscovered and brought into our world now. And here we are 500 years later than this calendar was probably produced, or maybe even thousands of years later than it was originally produced by the Olmec, the mother civilization. So when I say that this calendar system is for us now, I think you'll understand more of what I'm trying to get at. These ancient human beings of Mesoamerica, we refer to them as the Olmec and the Maya and the Toltec and the Mixtec and the Aztec. These beings, these human beings, were a lot like us. For a long time, they had civilizations that were extremely successful for thousands of years. They were able to work together and work things out. And then something changed about 13,000 years ago. But I want to refer back to this calendar system to see if we can bring forth some of the information that is hidden in there for the people that are here on Earth presently, for now. When they created this calendar system, they wanted to create something that would prepare humans for their living on the planet, that would give them a system of time, a system that they knew would exist for the cycles of the moon and Venus, of course, the day-to-day counting of the days, and an understanding of why these planets were important to these ancient people, why it was important to know the cycles of the moon, why it was important to understand how Venus moves through the sky. In any case, let's get into it. The ancient humans created this calendar system with Venus cycles in it, so I'm going to show you where those Venus cycles are on this calendar. When we pull the red portion of this up on the screen here, you can see there's this row of red dots in these squares. And it's the 5 positions of Venus. One morning, it's the morning star, and someday it's the evening star. And then it's moving around in the sky. Well, they wanted to know where those positions were going to be. Sometimes Venus even disappears from the sky for a while. So this cycle was really important to them because Venus is extremely important to these people. And I think we'll understand more once we understand how Venus goes across the face of the sun. And they use Venus, sometimes even calling it Quetzalcoatl, the precious twins, the morning star and the evening star. It also contains in this calendar system the moon cycles, the 13 cycles per year of the moon, 28 days of each. There's 13 kernels of corn, if you'll count those little white kernels that are on this portion of the screen that I've pulled up here. There's 10 at the bottom and 3 at the top that add up to 13. And that's how they were able to keep track of the 13 cycles of the moon. And when you multiply the 13 times 28, you come up with 364 days, plus 1 day is all you need in order to have the full, what we would call the Hab, the 365 civilized calendar or agricultural calendar that was also developed by these ancient people. Human consciousness is another thing that's important, has always been important to them, because I feel like this calendar was really designed for human beings like us to understand it and to start using it in our daily lives. They also created a system to give each human being a cosmic identity. The day they're born, in that particular time of the year, that particular time of the day has an effect. And that effect will affect every aspect of your life. And it's important for people to understand your cosmic identity, to at least know your birth glyph. And the Cholki, the sacred calendar, the one, I'll show you that in just a few seconds, but I want you to know that I replaced the original symbols that were on this calendar that you're looking at now with the Cholki glyphs. And I took those drawings from Dresden Codice, which is actually a book called Kumadzin Wuhun. And we now refer to it as the Dresden Codice, but it's basically got all of the glyph information in this book, in this codice, I should say. Here's what we're talking about. This is the Cholki, the 20 glyphs of the sacred calendar of the Maya, the Ki'iche Maya. And as I said, I redrew all of these from the drawings that were in the Dresden Codice. Here's how the system works. We have 20 glyphs and 13 numbers or tones that affect the energy of every day. So each day, as these calendars are moving, there's a combination of a tone. In this case, it was 2 and ik. And then tomorrow it'll be 3 and akabal. So as we go through the calendar system, we use these tones and glyphs to determine what the energy of the day is. If you're interested in learning more about this, you can go to my website at innercosmicdoorway.com, and I'll leave a link at the end of this video for you to see. For hundreds of years, we were told that this sun disk was the sun, that was basically about the sun, and that the face in the middle of it was the sun. Then, as time went by, the elders looked at it and said, wait a minute, something's not quite right here. We need to analyze this differently. The elders now know, and they say that the face in the middle is the earth. So if this is called the sun disk and the face in the middle is the earth, then where is the sun? As sacred teachings go, it's said that the sun is born as it rises in the southern sky, and the furthest south it goes in its arc. After the longest night of the year, the winter solstice in December 21st, and last year it was on December 21st, 2019, that it's reborn, our sun is reborn as a hummingbird. As it goes across the sky in its arc and moves across, it changes into the Quetzal. And then as it moves further north in its arc, it changes into the Guacamaya. And as it reaches the longest day of the year, our sun is reborn on summer solstice, June 20th, to become the solar eagle. All of these teachings have been spoken, and it's all about the changes that the sun is going through. So where is the hidden, where is the sun? Where is it hidden in this amazing calendar system? This is the solar eagle. If you pull it out from the calendar, now you can actually see the claws on the left and right, the tail and the beak, with its wings positioned for flying fast or soaring. The teachings also say that the sacred butterfly is constantly poised over Earth, giving all humans energy to transform. The sacred butterfly is also hidden within this calendar. And today, that's what we're really going to want to talk about. So let's see, where is the sacred butterfly hidden? Again, it's pulled from the middle of the calendar and underneath the eagle. And we now have the sacred butterfly. And if you'll notice in the top right square, there's a jaguar there, which represents the earth, Ish, the earth. And if you go to the right, or to the left, I'm sorry, you'll see the symbol for wind. And then bottom left is the symbol for fire. And then bottom right is the symbol for water. So we have all of the energies of this butterfly created out of the four sacred elements, representing also the four colors of corn, the four directions. And when I say the four colors of corn, we're referred to them as the black, the white, the red, and the yellow, the four colors of human beings that are on planet at this time. The sacred butterfly is constantly poised over the earth, it is said, giving us humans energy to transform. So I positioned it over the earth, but I wanted to demonstrate this even a little bit better if I could. But I want you to remember now that this is a very important fact. Every year on July 26th at 1:30 to 2 p.m., our sun and the butterfly come together directly over Meso-America. And it's considered to be the time for transformation or for metamorphosis. And metamorphosis means the change of the form or nature of a thing or person into a completely different one by natural and supernatural forces. Here is the eagle butterfly coming together directly out of the calendar over the earth, and then we're superimposing the face of the earth over so we have the energy of the eagle, the butterfly, and earth all working together. And it happens every year on July 26th at approximately 1 p.m. The time for transformation, coming soon. Here is the blue morpho butterfly positioned over earth, and the elders say that it's always there, ready to help us transform our energy anytime we choose to move into our higher dimension of who we really are and remember who we are. On July 26th, this is what happens. As the sun reaches its zenith on that day, directly over Meso-America, the butterfly and the sun become the eagle butterfly. It provides life-giving energy. So why did the elders use the butterfly in creating this calendar system? Initially, you might think that the caterpillar to the butterfly is an example of transformation, but there's even more than that. Let's get into it. The caterpillar demonstrates what human beings can also do, transform. There's over 20,000 different caterpillars and they all transform into either butterflies or moths. Now imagine when they're first coming out of their egg and they start to eat everything they can eat, anything that's there they want to eat. It's because they know they need to grow and become a full-grown caterpillar with its power as a caterpillar. And in addition, they have to defend themselves against birds and other things that can either step on them or want them for lunch or dinner. But all in all, what's really important is the caterpillar demonstrates to us trust. And that trust is within the DNA of the caterpillar. It's right there. Just like trust is within us, in our DNA. And as it goes through the caterpillar stage, it sooner or later attaches itself to a hanging leaf or branch, and it forms a hard shell around itself called a chrysalis. Again, it gets back to trust. When that caterpillar goes through this metamorphosis and becomes one solid thing inside of a chrysalis, it understands something that it knows within its DNA, but I wonder what goes through their minds or what goes through their thought system when they become liquid. You talk about having to have trust that something more is coming. That's where they go. And here's an example of what happens after, well, it changes between 5 and 21 days, depending on the type of chrysalis, what type of butterfly and what type of caterpillar went into this chrysalis. This is the blue morpho butterfly hatching somewhere in Mexico. And again, I want to thank the creator of this, Neil Bromhall, for filming this time-lapse photography. Is just amazing, showing that thing come out of that little shell into what it is now. I mean, how it changes in size and how it starts to change its whole personality. And it becomes a being that can fly. And as it flies, it's very accurate in the way that it moves in the sky, the way that it uses its wings to thrust, to get lift off of a flower and to move in space. And all of this is in its DNA. It doesn't need time to learn all of this. The minute those wings are dry, it can do all of this. It flies. And this is some footage that I shot in my backyard in Rye. This is a monarch butterfly that was also filmed there. I did shoot a little video of this, but I wanted to use the other butterfly instead. And then this was shot in a friend's backyard here in Pueblo. These are little white butterflies that are fluttering all over. And actually, I wanted to demonstrate that how much fun they're having flying around. And in fact, those two there are mating, getting ready to mate. And butterflies demonstrate the difference between the caterpillar, which doesn't mate, to the actual flying being that has fun and enjoys life and mates with a partner and creates children by planting, by mating and then dropping these eggs all over everywhere they can find places to put them safely, so that when they awaken, they have leaves that they can eat directly from the time they come out of the egg into the caterpillar stage, and then you know the rest of the story. So again, I get back to that question. Why did our elders use the butterfly? Because it demonstrates metamorphosis, a process of transformation. I want to talk a little bit about what I said earlier, about human beings being at a crossroad, being in a place where we are forced now to really understand who we really are. What powers do we really have? Are we just on this planet to be enslaved so that we can have jobs and make money, or is there more to our story? And if there is more, where do we go to find out some of these truths? Again, I want to take you back to these ancient teachings of the elders. As I said, we have to trust just like the caterpillar does. Our planet is experiencing climatic changes. Our rivers, oceans, and seas are being polluted, and our air and soil are also polluted. So I created this little demonstration here to show what some people are saying may be happening deep within our earth. And also others are saying that it's just another dimension that we can move into. But when I say we're at a crossroads, this is what I'm talking about. This is Vesica Pisces, and the cross in the middle demonstrates the crossroads that we're at to make a choice. Are we going to stay with the old system, or are we going to rise to a higher level, choose more love, choose more about feeling, being who we are really, feeling who we really are, and using that power to create another way of living on our beautiful planet? If, in fact, another dimensional Earth already exists, then it's waiting for us to move onto it. And to go there, we must go within first and return to the heart. And here is why. We must trust that our Source Creator made us capable of transformation into the light beings that we all are. And the power of the human heart, we're just beginning to understand from a scientific basis how powerful the human heart truly is. Our Creator made us so amazingly wonderful in the technology that's within us that we're capable of generating electromagnetic energy from our own hearts Whenever we start choosing love, we can connect to the unified field of our universe through feelings, just through our feelings. And love is, of course, the most powerful force in our universe. And now more than ever, I hear more people using this concept of choosing love and letting go of the fear, realizing that there is more to living on this planet than being enslaved. And how do we do that? What kind of technology did our Creator give us? It's the ability to connect to the universe using the heart-brain connection. Scientists now are talking about how important it is for us to learn how to do this. First step, of course, is to learn to use your feelings that are coming from your heart and let go of all of the fearful thoughts that are coming from the mind. When you are using your heart-brain connection correctly, it will always choose love. It'll always direct you to love. So how do we connect our heart to our brain? State your intention and ask for Source Creator to guide you and to begin breathing in a rhythmic way where you warm your heart and you connect your heart to your brain, and from there direct that connection to the cosmos and to the universe, and you'll have your cosmic connection. This energy, as you're breathing, creates a heat, a warmth in your heart that you can move up into your brain, and then through that energy connect to the higher consciousness of our universe. It's available to all of us. All we have to do is begin to use it. And this is what happens. We're accepted into the universal system because we have always been part of it. Even though we're living here on planet Earth, we have always been part of the universal system that connects all of us light beings back to the Creator. Just remember, there's nothing to fear. Nothing can harm you. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. The caterpillar to the butterfly, planet Earth and human transformation. If you want to know more, send us get on here and just send us some questions if you have some right now. And if you want to know more, you can go to my website at innercosmicdoorway.com. And again, the cosmic message that inspired me to do this talk was done by Eileen Meyer, and you can listen to it at a link that we'll also put at the basic lower on the screen. So, can I just say goodbye?
Sorry.
I want to thank you for being here today and joining us at the library, this wonderful place that we call the Rawlings Library. And again, I want to thank all of them for supporting us and doing this kind of information. For all of you who want to have some other ideas about things that are waiting for us in the future.
Do you have any comments? Okay. Oh, sorry. We're shifting chairs here a little bit. Thank you, Eduardo. That was just awesome. Next week on Wednesday, I want to announce that I will be doing a book talk with Eduardo at 4 o'clock on Wednesday. He just wrote a book called Yashel the Giver, and it's a wonderful book. It's fiction, but we get to meet Yashel, who is a Mayan spirit who helps Alberto choose love over fear, which I think a lot of us are feeling right now. So please join us, and please continue to join us with all our live programs. I was just going to see if we had any comments or questions. We do have 2 questions, Eduardo. Actually, we have a thank you from Eileen, so she's listening. And I'm sure that we'll get more and we'll get them to you. Okay. So once again, thank you very much. And we'll continue seeing you here for all our programs.